Alhamdulillah nahmaduhu wa nasta'inuhu wa nastaghfiruhu wa nu'minu bihi wa natawakkalu alayh. Wa na'udzu billahi min shururi anfusina wa min sayyiati a'malina. May yahdihillahu fala mudilla lahu wa may yudlil fala hadiya lahu. Asyhadu an la ilaha illallah wa asyhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluh. Sallallahu alaihi wasallam tabaraka wa salama tasliman kasiran kasira amma ba'd. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Aman ahsanu qawlan mimman da'a ilallah wa amila saliha wa qala innani minal muslimin. My dear brothers and respected elders, now we have, all of us have a language, our own language, our mother and the language of our parents. We inherited that language. As I am a Malay, my parents are Malay, so I have inherited the Malay language. There are some people who are not Malay. They are Japanese, they are Indians, and yet because they live in Malaysia, so they does not inherit the language. They learn the language. They know Malay, but they are not Malay. So many Malaysians know Malay, but they are not Malay. All of these people who are sitting in front of me, they speak Malay, but they are not Malay. Yazid is Japanese, Samad is Indian, Rashidi and Hazri is Thai, Pendi is Indians. Their four parents are not Malay. The only one who is Malay, his father, four parents, is me. So now the Malay is in control. Not in control of Malaysia. Inshallah, Allah will make him in control of the whole world. So a person, who inherited a language, Malay language, he's a Malay. But those who learn Malay and can speak Malay are not necessarily Malay. So this Malay race, somehow, it has a skin color neither white nor black. So it's a mixture. It's rather like yellow. So a theory is this, where these Malay people come. So they found that the DNA of these Malay people are similar to the DNA of the people who are living around the Mediterranean Sea. So, possibility that this Malay come from those tribes or living on the bank of Mediterranean Sea. So, possibly, they are the children of Israel. The children of Israel living on the banks of the present day Israel. They are the Mediterranean bank. So Prophet Jacob has about 13 children, 13 sons. So 12 of the sons follow Jacob and live in Masir. And they go there because one of his sons, Yusuf alayhi salam, is a prophet of Allah as well as the king of Masir. So all the 12 of them migrated to Masir. One of them is missing. 13, one is missing. Supposedly, this one son of Jacob has moved towards the east. With his family, tribe, and passing through the deserts towards the east, towards India, China. Then they proceed down south from China to Vietnam, finally to the peninsula of Malaysia, and then to all the islands, including Sumatra. They are settling in this area, in the part of the world, years back. So they have developed some sort of new language. They remain Islam. They remain the people who worship only one God. They don't have temples. The Malays are not. There are no archaeological evidence that Malays are having temples. But the Hindus are. The Javanese are. Javanese have such a large temple like Borobudur and many other temples. But the Malays are not having temple because they are basically a Muslim from day one. From the time of Nabi Yaqub, they believe in one Allah. It's all his 13 sons. When Yaqub was about to pass away, he called all his children and said, "What will you worship after my death?" All of them said, oh my dad, we will worship your Allah. So they swear that they will only worship one God. They will not visit. They will not make partner to Allah. Until today, the children of Israel, which are known as Jews, they believe in one God. They are the progeny of Prophet Yaqub. And Yaqub is the son of Prophet Ishaq. And Prophet Ishaq is the son of Prophet Ibrahim. So these Malays supposedly is from that tribes. They are from the children of Israel, from the family of prophets. They are also as intelligent as the Jews, but not so. Because the 12 tribes of the Jews who have migrated to Mesir was tested by Allah with Pharaoh. When they migrated to Mesir, they were fully occupied with this world, acquiring wealth, and they don't do the work of inviting those Kipti to Islam. As a result of that, Allah punished them by choosing one of the Kipti to rule over them, to make them their slave, to humiliate them, to disgrace them, until Allah sent from among them a prophet, Musa. Then when they returned back to the obedience of the orders of Allah, then Allah promised to Musa that Allah will save Musa and the children of Israel from Pharaoh. And one day Allah ordered them to move to Palestine via the sea. So when they reached the sea, the children of Israel was asking Musa, "What happened? We are hoping something good coming from you, but now death is sandwiching us. In front there's the sea, at the back is Pharaoh. How?" Musa said, "Allah is with me." So you know the story. They are able to pass over the sea. Allah makes the sea to separate it, to become 12 channels, 12 pathway for the 12 tribes. There is no 13 tribe. There should be 13 tribe. One tribe has gone to the east, the missing tribe. But the 12 tribes, are moving to the sea. And Allah saved the 12 tribes. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala taught them many lessons. And then, these 12 tribes After some time, they turn apostate. I mean, they do not believe it. They believe in Allah, but they don't follow the Sharia of Prophet Musa. Then Allah sent them Prophet Isa. Then they tried to kill him. Allah take Prophet Isa up to the heaven. So now most of the Jews, most of these children of them have turned apostate. They become Jews. They make their own religion, and as if that religion only belongs to them. The religion which is given to them are Islam. They're not meant only for them, it's meant for the whole world. But they have modified the religion to be theirs. Only the Jews can practice Judaism. They call their religion Judaism. It is not Judaism, it's supposed to be Islam, but it has been mutilated and has been, been changed to a new religion called Judaism. And another section of the children of Israel who love Prophet Isa so much, has come to the stage that they accept him as the Son of God, and they tend to become apostate also. They call their religion Christians. It is not Christian actually. Originally they are all Muslims. They are all the believers. So the one person from the tribe of Bani Israel, 13 tribe, the one has gone to the east. So there are people also saying that even the Pathans in Pakistan, they are also part of the tribes. There are some people in northern India, in Tibet, in China, in Malaysia. They are all from that one tribes. Because they're surely on their way to the east, they have made many stopover. And some of them settle in this and that. So this one person, that one of the son of Jacob, that went to the east, is the one who told to his old brothers, the 11 brothers, that don't kill Yusuf. Just we throw him into the well, and then we kill and we slaughter goat, and then we make his clothes to be washed with blood, and then when we go back to see our father, we tell them that Yusuf has been eaten by a serigala, by a wolf, and this is the blood. That guy is a bit better among the 11 one. A bit better. He doesn't want Yusuf to die. He just says we threw him into the well. When Yusuf was thrown into the well, Allah make the angel to hold him. So he doesn't reach the bottom of the well. He's in the middle of the well, hanging. Just a miracle, Then when the caravan comes, the 11 brothers are still there at that time when the caravan come, and they saw Yusuf and they took him. And then they asked, how much you want to sell this brother of yours? They sell in a very simple price. So they go back. They know that someone is taking, Allah has made the caravan to be able to, when the caravan went to take water, they saw there's a guy, there's a boy. He took him. And the brothers of Yusuf wanted to sell that Yusuf to the caravan with a small price, Allah says in the Quran. So they take Yusuf alayhi salam to Masir. And the story, as you know, finally he became the king of Yusuf. And when they know that Yusuf was there, the 11 brothers of Yusuf went with his father to settle in Masir. That's a story. Why finally they have to migrate with Musa to Palestine, their original homeland. So all the Jews now thinking they must return to their homeland, the Jerusalem. That's why in 1948, the Jews, the English, British who ruled that part of the world, give that section of the middle of the Arab land to the Jews. And that's how now the state of Israel is formed. They say this is a home of our fatherlands, of the prophets. This is where the place where we have to come back. And the Arabs do not want them. And the fights continue till today. That's actually the Jews think this is our homeland. But that history. We shouldn't, by virtue of history, make one thing to make it true. Like Indonesia says, Sabah and Sarawak is ours, is Borneo. Yes, before British come, the Sabah and Sarawak are theirs. Sabah belong to Philippines.
Oh.
But after British come back and then British left, and British give that Sabah and Sarawak to Malaysia. You cannot use history to put your case correct by saying this is ours. It has been taken by British. You must read the history further, not at the time you own the land. Like Singapore, it belongs to us, but the history goes, it has been given to them to rule by Tengku Abdul Rahman. So what can we say? We cannot tell in Singapore, this is ours, we must fight you, you get out from this island. Then we get war, as the Jews are doing now. They are trying to put their case based on history. The history has gone, that history. The latest history is, the British give the thing to them. And that should be regarded as also correct. The British has controlled the Arabs, and after they want to leave, they give that part of the land to the Jews. That part should be the Israel, no more. So that's why whenever treaty to be made, peace treaty, the Jews has to return to that part which has been given by the British to them. No more than that. But they are now trying to acquire more than that, and that's where the problem goes. So they're trying to put forward a solution of two states, a state of Israel and a state of Palestine. And that state of Israel must be the country which has been given by the British when the British left. That is the latest history. Anything that you take by war, now you infringe the West Bank, and that it should be returned back to the Arabs, and that should be known as Palestine. If both agree to this, then they'll see who will be settled. We can't use history years back, thousands of years ago. Of course, you forefathers live here. But the latest is, you got this land from the British. The correct fakta, the correct facts. The British has given it to you because why the British has controlled that area from the World War II, World War I, World War II, World War I. So, back to history, the latest history, not those olden days history. The olden days history, of course, the Jews stay in that area. So the Jews must accept the fact that the country that we are eligible to have now is only the part that has been given to us by the British. No more. We cannot acquire more lands. If you do so, then we will have war. And the war will never stop. The Palestinians will not let you to annex their land. So my dear brothers, we are all brothers and sisters actually. The Arabs and the Jews are brothers, cousins. Now the Jews from the wife of Ibrahim, Prophet Ibrahim, Sarah, she gave birth to Ishaq, Prophet Ishaq. And Ibrahim a.s. married to Hawa, Siti Hajar, and having a son of Ismail. From the tribe of Ismail come the Arabs. So they all meet at Ibrahim a.s. They are same and we all meet again to Adam. So the whole mankind are one family. There is no reason as to why we should kill each other and involve in war, fighting and killing, trying to humiliate and disgrace others and make us to be elevated. We shouldn't do that. We should not have any supremacy at all. There shouldn't be any white supremacy, black supremacy, Malay supremacy, Jew supremacy. There's no one who is supreme except in taqwa. In taqwa means in the fear of Allah. Those who have more fear of Allah, who have more iman, Allah will elevate them. We don't have to elevate it ourselves, our own self. Allah will elevate us, make us honored. We should not try to make ourselves honored, being praised by conquering other countries, by giving, by having wars with other countries. The Turkish shouldn't make themselves superior than the people of Armenia, trying to make the Armenia to submit to them and fight them. Everyone should be cordially loving to each other, but that will only be possible if everyone has faith in Allah. If they don't have faith in Allah, they have faith in this world, they have faith in acquiring wealth and power to be reason for their elevation and status, there will be chaos in the whole world. The chaos which existed now in the whole world because of the wrong belief of each and every one of the entire mankind. Everyone has the belief that we are honored if we have more land, more power, more wealth. So everybody is rushing to acquire more wealth. China is trying to expand its territory now. They want to take India, part of Tibet, part of Russia, trying to control this country by economics way, India the same. India are trying, but not as vigorous as China. Russia, as everybody is trying to. China is already a very large country. Why you want more lands? The land that you have, you can't even manage them. There are many people in China who are in poverty. So everybody shouldn't think of trying to expand, trying to have war with others, trying to, then the world will be like a hell for us. The Iran having war with, not war, Cold War with America. During the time of Trump, Trump says, I don't agree with that agreement, the nuclear agreement which they have made with Iran during the time of Obama. That shouldn't be done. What has been done by Obama should be regarded as something true, and it should be carried on by the next president. If you do that, what Obama have done, you dispel it, you make a new one, and another president come, you dispel it and make another one, then you'll be in trouble. The whole thing is in chaos. Now Trump has already, make the agreement which they made with Iran to be void. I wouldn't know what Biden will do. But if in case after Biden, if another Republican become the president, then they again repel the treaty. Then the whole thing will become haywire. We should follow rules. Once we have made an agreement, we should value it. No matter we belong to a Republican or belong to Democrats. Democrats and Republican are all Americans. as Biden say, we are not enemies. We are United of America. The same thing, we are Chinese, Indians. We are all not enemies. We are brothers. So how we should come to that sense, to that belief that we are one family? We should talk to each other about it, and we should tell others that we are one family. This is a golden words, the words which we don't utter so often. Because of that, we have wrong belief. Some says I'm Malay, some says I'm Indian, some say I'm Chinese, some say I'm British, I'm white, you are black. So all these words and phrases make us not to have the belief that we are one family. Because the words that we are one family are not being mentioned, uttered, projected. And as a result, it is not assimilated to the belief. The whole world must have the correct belief that one family. We are one family of mankind who is being created by one God. And that one God of ours is Allah. Allah doesn't make us to become... Allah has made us many colors and different so that we know each other, not so that we fight with each other. The reason as why Allah has created it into many tribes, so that we know each other. We respect each other. And then we love each other. That only can happen if we believe to the bottom of our heart that we are one family. We can have differences. There's no such thing as we must all be the same. Because everybody have their own choice. Allah has given them the choice to become a Muslim or not. But certainly, we have to invite everyone to believe in Allah. And to believe that Prophet Muhammad SAW is the messenger of Allah. That work should be done. But if they refuse, this is their choice. So we have differences, many preferences, because of the freedom of choice. And yet, we should not make the differences to be a means and a cause of our split, of aggression, of making ourselves to be involved in war, in killing with each other. That shouldn't be. We should respect the choice that they have made. And we should respect the difference. Because we have been asked, we have been given the freedom of choice. So we can't force anybody, but we can invite them with love. There's no fault, there's nothing wrong with that. To invite someone to Islam with love. Not with aggression, not with war, not with force. Islam we should invite people to Allah, to the belief in the Prophet Muhammad with love. What's the use of forcing people and having war? When the purpose as to why Allah has created us, so that we in love with each other and having to live with peace and tranquility. If we have war in order to invite people to Allah, as being done by the Muslim in the past, that is wrong. And we shouldn't follow that path. That was not the path, the way which has been shown by Muhammad Sallam. Muhammad Sallam has shown the way of peace, of calling people to Allah, in a manner of love and peace. As he invited the people of Makkah. Even in the situation or condition when he can cause harm to them, can kill them, and yet he has done the correct way, without killing. He is invading Makkah with 10,000 people, with peace. Almost nobody is killed. There's some faction having, but not. When they reach Makkah, they make tawaf. They just pray. Whole Makkah is quiet. Hindun, the wife of Abu Sufyan, was shocked. to see that Mecca is conquered and yet there is no fire, flame, screaming, struggling. Say, what is this? Then he came out from her house and went to Kaaba, and he found that the Sahaba are praying, making tawaf, and praying for the safety and the guidance of the Quraysh. And they said, these are good people, why should we fight them all this while? Then she embraced Islam. And she said, before this, there's no tent which I hate so much other than your tent, Ya Rasulullah. But today, now, there's no tent that I love so much than your tent. So, my dear brothers, Islam has to be preached with love. Those people who go on fighting, want to kill the non-Muslim, they are not the way of Islam. It's not the way of Muhammad. It's their own way. And that is a wrong way. The whole entire mankind should become one family. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created us to become one family with one religion. Possibly, if we can. If not, it's okay. But Allah has created us to become one family with one religion. So all the prophets from Adam till Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is all the prophet of the same God, Allah. Isa alayhi salam is a prophet of Allah, is not son of Allah. All of them are the men of Allah whom Allah has chosen from among the men to become His prophet, His messenger. So that all these prophets will invite people to Allah, to the one Allah. There's no God but Allah. And that the same message, the same thing that we should have done by all the followers of all the prophets is to do the work of the prophets. But what happened when the prophet died? People tend to leave the work. Every prophet, when they die, they tend to leave the work of the prophet. They don't want to do it because it involves so much hardship, so much sacrifice. They say, we are not willing to do this work. So they stop doing the work of the prophet and they turn apostate and become non-believers. Again, Allah sent another prophet. When the prophet died, they choose not to do the work of the prophet. Again, they become apostate until Allah sent Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Even the followers of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam are not doing it properly. Until today only. Yeah? Allah has chosen me to inherit the work of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And that's why the Quran has been translated, interpreted in English language and Hadith also. 84 books of Quran and 7 books of Hadith. You should read this Quran, you should practice it, and also read the Hadith and practice it. And if we do that, then we'll be on the correct path. And who is the one who loves us? Allah who has created us will become so much happy to see that we are moving towards to become one family of mankind, where there's no war, there's no fighting, there's no oppressions between us, all with love, like in Jannah, in paradise. And when we die, Allah will make us to go to paradise with peace and happiness, living like one family. So my dear brothers, we should try to find that Quran in Amazon.com and read it daily within your family members and also in your mosque, to the Muslim, so that everyone has the same mindset. After they have the same mindset, then only they will have the same belief set, and when they have the same belief set, they will have the same actions, what is called the good action, and only then the whole entire mankind will be one family of Adam, the children of Adam, and the shaitan, who is our enemies, will definitely cry and scream when they saw that the children of Adam are united and believing in Allah and obeying Allah and entering paradise when he, the shaitan, will go to hellfire. Okay.